Right. Okay. Here we are. We are season two, episode two of the World Sports Chiropractic Chat Show. And today I have an absolute pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Nick Metcalfe from Staines, UK. How are you doing, buddy?
Hello, Mika. Yeah, good. Thanks. Good to chat to you. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. For those people who don't know the connection, Nick and I, we go way back. I've known him since he was sort of young and innocent.
Hey, I'm
Now
still innocent.
Still innocent, at least. Yeah, absolutely. And handsome as ever, of course. But, obviously, yeah, we go way back to even our uni days, which is amazing. So we both studied it down in Bournemouth in AECC. And then this fella decided to follow me and move 3 miles down the road when we qualified. So,
Just down the
can't get
river,
rid of
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, Mika, you were a year above me at uni, weren't you? So you did your final year in clinic, and then I came and joined clinic and took over your patients in that final year, didn't I?
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've taught me everything I know,
I'll
almost
take full
everything.
credit, man. I'll take full credit. So everything you got now, you owe to me, right?
Yeah, I'll remember.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you can buy me a pint at some point. That will settle the score, I think.
Hang on, I bought you the last one.
Oh,
It's
did
your
you?
turn. Yeah.
I can't remember that. I can't remember that.
No, I've got it written down. I remember.
Yeah, there you go, man. But hey, how's life, man? How's
Yeah,
life at the moment?
yeah,
What's
very
going
good.
on in clinic and what's going on with the sports side of things? Obviously, that's what we're here to find out about.
Yeah, all good, thanks. So I do 3 half days in one clinic, 3 half days in another clinic, and 2 half days at the football club during each week. So I'm kind of the morning in one clinic and afternoon in the other, chase my tail a little bit. But I like the variety. That's one good thing about being a sports chiropractor. I like the variety, and each clinic's got a slightly different type of patient or different vibe. And the the football club's got a different vibe. So it's good, and it's staying busy. The clinics, I'm sure everyone's finding this. Clinics, there's a few more cancellations, COVID reasons, and all that
Yeah,
type of stuff. But then lots of people are calling and filling the gaps, so that's good as well. I've been away from the football
yeah.
club since March. I was so I'm a part timer. So the football club battened down the hatches when COVID came along. So just the full time staff were allowed in the bubble.
Mm,
And then they invited us part timers back just before Christmas. And then they
cool.
had an outbreak at the football club just Christmas, New Year time. So I've been back about 3 weeks. Then they kicked us out again, but now I'm back in again. So hopefully,
Oh, there you go.
yeah,
Well, no dull day for you, is it, man?
I know.
No dull day.
It's when you get the call from them and they say, Nick, you can come back in again next week, and you try and slightly play hard to get. You pretend you're really busy. It's like, well, actually, I can't do next week, but I can come in the week after if you want. It's like, yeah, I'll come
Yeah,
in next week.
because yeah, you're with Fulham, aren't you? Fulham FC.
That's right. Yeah, Fulham FC. So we're in the Premier
Fantastic.
League again this year.
Nice,
Um,
good stuff, man.
yeah, we got relegated. Well, we were in the Premier League a couple of seasons ago, got relegated, and we're back up again this year. I don't know. There are some good signs. I hope we can stay up this year, but we're way down the bottom of the league again, so we'll find out.
Oh, mate, you got to work your magic. You got to
Yeah,
work your harder.
it's all be down to the chiropractor if we stay up. Yeah,
Oh,
but it won't.
absolutely, of course.
But it
I mean,
won't be down.
it's the chiropractor's fault if you go down, of course.
No, no, it's not. It's everyone else's fault.
Oh, dear, yeah, no, yeah, mustn't put thoughts into people's heads, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
all
go.
good. And how are you?
Oh,
Good.
good
How's
stuff.
how's how's things your end and clinic and stuff?
Yeah, things are good, man. Things are busy. We're just steady in clinic, and like you said, there's obviously because of COVID, people are feeling a bit vulnerable and worried at times. So we have a bit more turnaround or turnover of patients in that sense. But no, I mean we're doing very good, so I can't complain.
Cool,
And
nice.
currently, I don't have any sports club affiliation, so that's actually a blessing really in disguise for me because I don't think I could handle it right now.
Yeah.
With all this big stuff going on and all the projects that we have actually in the pipeline.
Yeah, you
Um,
guys have been busy. You've been busy, Mika. I know some of your team on the different commissions are busy. It's looking good. Fixer moving places. It's good to see.
yeah, absolutely. No, we've decided that 2020 was a funny year. Actually, in a way, it was a blessing for us. because there was nothing external happening, so we could all really kind of just focus internally, and and we really tightened the ship, and tightened up how we operate and how we do things, and things are a lot more streamlined now, and there's a lot less sort of wasting of time and wasting resources. So it's all a very smooth running operation now, and we're still fine tuning everything, and so that's really, it's been an amazing year to be a part of it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, a bit grueling at times, but at the same time, it's been very gratifying. So I really enjoyed my time here. And we have a couple of really big things coming up this year that I'm not yet at liberty to mention, but I'm just going to drop a couple of hints. A couple of really big, very exciting projects are in the pipeline, and we'll be making a lot of noise about those when the boss says go.
Stay tuned. That's good.
Yeah, stay tuned. Keep following FICS on all the social media platforms, because that's where the news will be ASAP.
Good. And I saw a few of us UK chiropractors have joined various commissions as well. There's a couple of new faces from the UK getting involved, so I was pleased with that. That was good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, UK is we're starting to play a bit of a part now in FICS, and it's great. There's a wealth of experience and talent on this island when it comes to the sports chiro stuff, and now people are taking part and putting themselves forward. So that's amazing, really good.
Good. Yeah, us over in the UK, and we've got over 100 odd members. So sports chiropractors for our UK NCSC, National Chiropractic Sports Council.
Yeah.
And I'm in second year now, for a 3-year term as president of the Royal College of Chiropractic Sports Faculty, and we're following FICS's lead, trying to move on up and get some movement going within our council as well. We've produced a manual last year during our lockdown. We kind of interviewed most of our most experienced sports car. Oh, you got it. There it is.
I got it here.
Pleased
you
to
beat
see.
Me to it. I was going to bring it up.
Sorry, mate. I'm just blowing my own trumpet.
No, you carry on. Blow away,
our
man.
old trumpet. I'll keep going.
Yeah.
And so we kind of interviewed all of our most experienced sports chiropractors. So these are kind of the equivalent of our gold level chiropractors. We're going to bronze, silver, gold in the UK here. Different names, but it helps easier to explain in that way. And kind of pick their brains on what they think it takes to work in sport in the UK, and how they got into their positions working with various sports teams and all that type of stuff, and put all this information together in a manual, sort of 70 odd page manual. And that's gone out free to all of our members this year, a few months ago, and hopefully just another little incentive as well for other chiropractors who are interested in sport to want to join the sports faculty, so they can get hold of this. There's probably a few decades worth of experience in that manual.
Oh, totally.
And another reason to join the sports faculty. And then more recently, we had within the sports faculty, we had a few kind of younger members really want to try and get involved, and some students as well. So we're kind of putting together a much more shortened version, just a few pages, which will be a PDF format, so we can share it really easily. It'll be a free thing that we share to anyone. This will be outside of the sports faculty to students, and we'll follow that up with a couple of talks to students as well.
Oh, amazing.
Just to try and encourage final year students, or any students, but final year students in particular, to so that they know what pathway to follow as soon as they graduate, and how long it might take for them to get their roles in sport, and what courses they might want to go on as soon as they graduate, or how to go about things. All the stuff that me and you wanted to know, Mika, when we first graduated about 12, 13 years ago. It's trying to put all of that into
exactly.
a few
All
pages.
the stuff that I would have really loved to have in my hands when I qualified. Goodness me, it would have made the path so much more smooth.
Yeah. So that's almost there. So that's the student version, the shortened version. That will be a PDF that will come out in the next few weeks, and we'll follow that up with a few talks as well for students, trying to inspire them, because they're all probably sitting at home learning online and maybe a bit fed up with stuff. And it'd be nice to hear from other sports chiropractors in the UK who are
Yeah,
working in these
absolutely.
teams, and get another reason for them to get through these next year or so of COVID.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the whole idea with these chat shows. Just give a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation, and here it's not all that grim,
Yeah,
out there. And it can be. I mean, the other day, you know what? Recently, I was feeling a bit down myself. It was finally starting to get to me. The whole sort of the Groundhog Day since March last year. It was finally starting to sort of eke its way into my head, and you know what? The biggest thing that pulled me out of that little funk was actually having a fixed planning meeting for something and seeing all those lovely people with their smiley face. I thought, all right, come on, son, you can do this.
yeah, yeah,
Crack on. Don't be grumpy.
yeah, mate. I've been there. I've been there a few times this year. I think everyone has.
Yeah,
A couple of days, feel sorry for yourself, pick yourself
yeah.
back up. Yeah,
Oh, it's easily done though. Because there's just so much of that negativity going about and that. So, if we get a bit of a positive vibe going and we got to bolster that and reinforce that message, that it's actually not that bad.
yeah,
There's all sorts of fun stuff going around, and we just gotta push it over to people, and they'll hopefully, it'll help other people to actually dig themselves out of that little funk whenever it happens, and let's
yeah,
crack on, right?
yeah, yeah.
Right, Leo.
My thing recently has been don't watch the news and get outside and do some more exercise. That's mine. That's my gem.
Yeah,
That's got me out of my
yeah,
funks
absolutely,
recently.
man. Yeah, because you're a bit of a runner, aren't you? I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
I used to do a lot of running. I'm still going out. I'm still getting out a couple of times a week running.
yeah, yeah.
Got a bike, got a decent bike in the summer as well, which I
Oh,
got
yeah, there you go.
because I couldn't run because I got injured. So I got to bought
Oh
a decent
no.
bike, and I'm kept that going too. So I'm enjoying that.
Oh, good man. Well, there
Yeah,
you go. Look at you. So
yeah,
all we gotta do now is teach you to swim, and then you can start doing Ironman.
yeah. No, not quite. Yeah, I did my long distance running a few years ago, silly distances, and now it's just nice. 10K is probably about right. Maybe a half marathon if I put a few weeks training in, but
Yeah,
just yeah. Are you still out? Did I hear you had your bikes nicked? Did
I
you have
did actually. Yeah, that
what?
was back in September. Yeah, somebody stole three of my bikes, and yeah. So what actually happened was that I started looking for a replacement. I just desperately needed to replace my road bike at least, and there's just no bikes to be found anywhere, like in the UK, Europe, nothing. So I was searching all over in September, October, and the earliest delivery times were February and March. And I thought, what, I'm just going to leave it. So I had one bike left, so I just wrapped that in cling film and put that on a turbo, and I've just been riding that now through the
Yeah,
winter, which is fair enough.
yeah, that's
And
good. But, oh, we're
yeah,
only a few miles down the road. We should get out for a cycle at some point.
yeah, if you still got your old bike, I might borrow that then.
Anything to get an advantage, I'll give you that old piece of crap. That's fine.
Yeah, it only weighs about 40 kilos, so it'll be fine.
That's all right. I think I'll probably put on that amount, so we're all right.
Yeah, we'll even out, eh?
Yeah.
But funny actually, because I actually got so desperate, so I contacted Craig McLean. He's a sports chiro in London,
Yeah.
Australia. He's Australian, isn't he? I think he is.
I think he's Australian. Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
Australian. He hasn't got any manners anyway, so he must be Australian, right?
Oh, careful.
But anyway, so the reason why I say that actually is because he rides for a team. So I thought, Craig, can you help me get on to can you help me find a bike? And gave him the exact spec and model and size and this and that. And so what he does, he sends me a photo, and he says, "Oh, you mean a bike like this? It's amazing, and it's mine. And no, you can't have one. There is none available."
Just to rub it in.
Yeah, you just had to rub it in, didn't you?
Yeah.
Anyways, no, it's one of those things. Yeah, we definitely need to get outside more and keep the endorphins running, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. No, absolutely right. But hey, in terms of UK sports car, I mean, it's looking good. people being appointed to new teams all the time. I saw Ulrich is going to Leicester City, isn't he?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and who else? I heard somebody else got appointed to a big club as well. I can't
Yeah,
remember now.
we've got particularly football for some reason. There seems quite a few chiros getting involved in football, which is great. It's probably the most popular sport in the UK, and their chiros are in demand. Seem to be increasingly in demand at these top clubs. So I think we had Josh go to Fulham. I think that's right, Fulham, Millwall. I know we've got Matt Rabin, I think we've got at Crystal Palace, Ulrich at Leicester, I'm at Fulham. We've got Catherine, I think she's Cardiff, if I'm right, and QPR. And then also there's one really big news as well this year was Juliet Locke we're switching to rugby now, but Juliet Locke is head of medical, so which is a really it's an impressive title, head of medical at London Scottish professional rugby club in the UK here. So she's and I think she typifies a journey that most sports chiropractors go through, at least in the early part of her career. Not many will ever make it to the heights of a head of medical, but she graduated, volunteered at her local sports clubs, built up a name for herself in her local community. Sports, those athletes at those sports clubs, it would feed into her private practice. They would come and see her in her private practice. And then, one opportunity, she knows someone at that one club, and that leads through to another opportunity at another club. And she kind of works her way from amateur to semi-professional. And then eventually she's in a professional rugby club as part of a medical team. She builds up enough respect and goodwill and meets enough people, and then eventually after a few years an opportunity like head of medical comes up, and she's chosen for that post. And I feel like that's probably the most common way that in the UK, at least, of how to get a role in professional sport is following that framework of amateur, semi-professional, professional. And that's one thing I'm trying to get across as well, and we will be trying to get across, us experienced chiropractors, when we talk to students or young or newer graduates, is kind of helping them understand that pathway of how they can create their own future, create their own pathway, I should say, into a role in professional sport, and knowing that it doesn't happen after 1 or 2 years, and you've got to put in some hard graft and some hours at these lower levels. You make a few mistakes at those levels. One opportunity leads to another opportunity. You meet this person, you meet that person. You create this network of people around you, and then maybe 5 years and maybe 15 years, and then you make the leap to professional sport. And I really do like more and more of us chiropractors seeing it, but like there genuinely is a role for chiropractors in professional sport in the UK, and we just need more chiropractors to know how to get there. And to be honest, we need more strength in depth of sports chiropractors. And because at the moment in professional sport, chiropractors are a nice to have, it seems like.
That's right.
But we need them to be a must have.
Absolutely.
And that's not a new idea. I think we've been trying to do that for years and years. But
that's right.
But if it seems like we're heading in the right direction, we just need more good quality sports chiropractors in the UK here, no doubt worldwide as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, in America, I believe in a situation, South Africa and Australia, situation is a little bit different. There is a bit more established, in that sense. But yeah, UK is slowly coming along, I find, and it's great. It's a great time to be a part of it, really.
Yeah.
For the growth years, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think some chiropractors don't like this idea, but it's fact at the moment, in that it's the physios and the sports doctors are the gatekeepers to roles in sport at the moment. And like it makes sense in my mind. Like I think we've got 3,000 odd chiropractors in the UK, and of course of that 3,000, only a very small percentage of sports chiropractors with the right CV and skills and qualities to work in professional sport. And if you think how many tens of thousands of physiotherapists we have in sport. Again, we just don't have enough numbers of quality sports chiropractors.
That's right.
And that's something I think that FICS and us in the UK here are trying to change. I think it can change. It'll just take a few years. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I think, in all honesty, you know what, it is changing. That is actively happening right now. And the tide is slowly turning, and that's why we're putting in the effort with FICS. And of course, the local NCSCs are doing an amazing job in supporting us, and vice versa. I suppose it's always a two-way street. But together, this whole family of sports chiropractors, we can be that force to be reckoned with. It's not just the odd guy turning up for an event, but actually, you got the full weight of the whole family behind you, and that's the kind of idea where we're trying to push this thing. And that's going to develop that whole recognition that we're needing to actually get to that next level. Going from like to have to actually must have.
And like a mutual respect for other professions as well, like chiropractors, a mutual respect for the physios and the sports docs or the sports massage therapists, and then with time, vice versa. Like I think we have to earn respect at the level we are as chiropractors. We have to earn other people's respect. We can't assume we're going to be given it. And I think we're a smaller profession. We have to work that bit harder to earn that respect. And I think we can, like in the football club I work at, there are some top physios there, and other professions too, but top physios there, and I've learned so much from them, and I think sometimes us as chiropractors, we can think that our skill set, our hands-on skill set, our manual therapy skills as chiropractors are fantastic, and we should be proud of them. But in actual fact, a journey an athlete might have to go through from when they get injured on a pitch, for example, right through to being rehabilitated and then returning to play. A physio, hands down, currently better than chiropractors at that whole athlete journey, from being pitch side and seeing them on the ground, on the grass, and doing the acute emergency care, following all the way through to the hands-on treatment, and then the rehab, and then the returning to play process, and then green lighting them and sending them back to the pitch. That's that whole process. Chiropractors, I'm talking about the UK here, chiropractors could learn so much from the physios. And again, that's kind of like a mutual respect thing, is like, yes, okay, that very small part of that middle bit where they're on a treatment couch, we might be doing some manipulation or some soft tissue work. Yes, chiropractors may be very, very good at that bit, but big picture, we can be better at lots of other things.
Oh, totally. And, I think, you're bang on correct there. And I'm absolutely itching to say something about the whole athlete's journey. That's something that I'm not allowed to say anything about yet, but stay tuned. I'm just going to drop a couple of vague hints again.
Good, it's coming to fill the gap in chiropractor knowledge base.
It's so exciting, I can't talk about it yet. It's going to be amazing whatever is coming up. Anyways, but like you said, and coming back to the whole, it's almost like paying the dues, isn't it, when you're a young chiropractor? And like you mentioned, Juliet, obviously, hi Juliet, in case you're watching, just working your way through the ranks and actually having the humility to plug away and not be discouraged, and understanding that, okay, this is the time and place for this, and you will get your hard work will be rewarded later on. That's very important to remember and to understand, and actually not get discouraged early on by a few knocks and bumps. Those are going to happen to everybody.
They happen, they really do happen. They happen lots of times, and then like lots of almost opportunities as well. As like you think you're almost in with a club that you maybe been looking forward to joining for a couple of years, and then it peters out and leads to nowhere, and it's ups and downs. But I think at each level along the way, from amateur right through to semi-professional and then professional, you learn a lot at each of those different levels. And you speak to any chiropractor who now works in professional sport, and they will look back really fondly of their memories of working at their local amateur club where they were volunteering on a Tuesday night with their portable couch and, you know,
pissing with rain and
and they will look back really fondly of that and will have learned so much from that process, and they wouldn't have they would have chosen to go through that process again.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think also another important thing there is that, you know, every time I have a conversation with a massage therapist or a physio or a PT or whoever, I always pick up a little golden nugget, you know, whatever it may be. I mean, you know, it can be just a way of phrasing something, or just a different way of thinking about something, or visualizing something. You know, there's always something we can learn from everybody we have an encounter with when it comes to this athlete scenario. So very, very important, remember.
Yeah, definitely. And also, like, from a like I don't know, a character or a human point of view, just like forming bonds with that person as a person, you know, because, you know, if you can get on with those people that you're coming across, as well as learn the physical tools from them, the physical skills from them, if you get on with them as a person, then fast forward their career 5 years, and they may have an opportunity themselves in a different direction. And they may drag you with them. They may remember that chiropractor from 5 years ago. So
exactly.
Each encounter, you're right. Each encounter, you learn from them and how they say things and how they do things, and then you hopefully you get on with them as well, and you get on with as many people along the journey, and they drag you up.
Oh, absolutely. So basically, a big kind of a clinical, like an experiential pearl here, you know, for the young chiros is to don't be a twat.
That's it. Succinctly put, Mika. I'm glad you're the host of this. You can say that.
I can say a lot of stuff, actually. You know, I'm a northern barbarian, so I have no manners and absolutely no shame, so I can say a lot of stuff and get away with it as well.
Oh, good.
No, it's good stuff, man. No, listen, you know what? It's been absolutely amazing having a chat with you, Nick. I think we're going to wrap it up there. We're getting very close to our mark here. But you know what? There's been so much important content, you know, coming from here, you know, for the young chiros, more experienced chiros who want to get in touch. Obviously, in the UK, get a hold of Nick, get a hold of the team at the Royal College of Chiropractors. And, you know, for the international stuff, you know, get a hold of FICS, get involved, do your ICSE courses, and volunteer with the games. You know, there's nothing more fun than that.
Definitely. And as if there are students listening, UK students listening, the best thing they can do right now is, if they want to be proactive right now, would be to contact the Royal College of Chiropractors, and they can join and become a free student member of the Royal College of Chiropractors. You can't be a student member of the Royal College of Chiropractors sports faculty until you graduate, but if you can join the Royal College of Chiropractors for free as a student, and you'll be on their mailing list, and they'll let you know about all the different sports CPD which you can still join, you still tune into, and that's the start of your career as a sports chiropractor. And as soon as you graduate, then you can join a sports faculty. Would love to have you. Would love to help support you for the first few years of your career. And more chiropractors in professional sport would be great for us as a profession in the UK.
Absolutely. And you know what? We almost forgot the most important perk of being a member of the sports faculty at Royal College of Chiropractors, which is the ski trip.
Yes, ski trip, the annual ski trip, not happening this year. Damn it!
Oh yeah, I'm just feeling my head. You know, that's all I'm doing right now. You know, my ski deprivation is reaching a horrible limit here. But yeah, that is an annual thing, and it's an absolute hoot, and great CPD, and great speakers, and great camaraderie, and really an enjoyable event. So yeah, sign me up for next year.
Next winter, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely right. Hey, listen, man, absolutely been a pleasure. Always, you know, we got to catch up soon for a run and a bike and whatnot else, and we'll go from there. But nice. Thank you for your time, Nick. Really appreciate it. You look after yourself. Have a good night.
Thanks, Mika. Good to chat, mate.